I'm Mayor Craig A. Moe. Welcome to my first edition of my new show on Laurel TV. It's a chance for me to give you more information about important things happening in Laurel. Today we're going to talk about recycling and the new competition program that will inspire you to do more. But first we want to talk about the Zika virus. Mosquito season's right around the corner, so we want to make sure you are prepared now. The City of Laurel will come out to your home to help you make sure you're doing all you can to keep down the mosquito population. Michele Blair from the Department of Public Works shows you how it's done and done right.
When Public Works is asked to do a backyard inspection for potential breeding grounds, the first thing that we would do is we would look up. And we would look at the gutters and make sure that there wasn't any growth coming out of the gutters. So these gutters look really good. And then you look at the downspout and you make sure that the downspouts are not the corrugated ones, the ones with the bumps, because they are really big potential breeding grounds. And if you had that kind, you just put a mesh wire over it so the mosquitoes can't get in to lay their eggs. So this one looks good. You want to go around and look at everything, whether it's just a cap of a bottle, whether it is a planter that has a saucer over it, or it's something big like that. Tip or toss. What they need is they need water, they need food, and if you can tell, see there's all grass and leaves, and that's nutrients to them. So that's what they need to grow. So this is just, for them, this is like the best home they could ever have. You'll see these little black things, and that's mosquito larvae. And then, again, you just toss it. That is a breeding ground for the Asian tiger mosquito. That little tiny bit of water. So the residents said, oh, I'm doing good, I tipped it over. What they didn't realize is that this is gonna collect water. So you have to tip it over. And it really should be on its side. If you haven't been in your yard for a long time, and you're just doing the initial cleanup, or if you've noticed that there's a lot more mosquitoes out, what you can do is go to a thrift store, go through your closet, find something that's really old that you don't mind getting nasty. I like to have a button down. The reason is because what I'm gonna do, or what I would do, is I would actually get pesticide that I would put on the clothes. So it's not touching my skin, but it'd be on the clothes. And then this way, I can tie this up so things don't get underneath. And then when I'm finished with it, I would unbutton it. So I'm not pulling it over my head, I'm not struggling with it. It's a really inexpensive way to protect yourself when you're working in the garden, especially if you already notice that you're going out and you're getting bit by mosquitoes.
I hope you take advantage of that service. Michele Blair, the office manager for the Department of Public Works, is here to talk a little bit more about Zika and how we can prevent it here in Laurel. Michele, what can we do as a city to help avert the possibility of Zika virus becoming an issue here?
So the Zika virus is still alive and well. The CDC has said that Maryland has 134 confirmed cases. The Zika virus is transmitted by the Asian tiger mosquito, which is a container breeder that we talked about, and also it comes out day or night. So it's very, very important for residents to tip or toss. So we're going back to our theme that we started last year of tip or toss. The city has a program where we'll go out and help neighborhoods. For neighborhood cleanups is what we're really recommending. We'll go out to specific places if they think that there's a problem. We will contact MDA if it's on private property, or we'll go back through our code enforcement to do a survey of the neighborhood.
Very good. What does the mosquito control program When does it start here in the city?
Well, we already started. MDA is doing the first part of it, which is the larviciding, and that is, the larviciding disrupts the life cycle of the mosquito. So they have already treated the woodland pools, and they will then go on to stormwater management. The second phase is the adult deciding, which will start in June, and that is based on counts. So the MDA will go out and do counts, and if we meet the threshold, then they will come out on Sunday nights. It's a big silver truck with the state emblem. It has a mister on it. You can't miss it. It will go through every neighborhood, but it will focus more on the Patuxent area, so where the waterways are, and it will focus mostly on that. The spraying is not effective on the Asian tiger mosquito because it is a day or night biter. It will come out to when you're out. So it needs a blood meal. You get to be it. It's only the females that bite, so that's not saying much, but they need to bite you to get protein to make the babies. And that's why we're really pushing the tip her to toss it. We want residents to be aware that the Zika is transmitted via an Asian tiger mosquito. An Asian tiger mosquito will bite you. If you have the Zika virus, you've infected that mosquito goes and bites somebody else, now that mosquito has transmitted the Zika virus. So they're not born with the virus, we're giving it to them, but that's how it's transmitted.
I hope everybody's taking notes at home on this. I know I should have brought my notebook, but when will the city, when will they start spraying here around the city?
If we meet the threshold, it will be in June. Our night is Sunday, so it's dusk to dawn. It is always Sunday evenings. They will not come out if it's too windy. They will not come out if it's raining, because the mist needs to be able to stay airborne.
Right.
So if it's too humid, it will go into the ground. The mosquitoes that they're specifically targeting are the airborne mosquitoes that come out in dusk and dawn. It's hard to say exactly what time they'll be out because dusk happens at different times throughout the summer. But I would say, by 8 o'clock, 8:30, to be in your homes, to take precaution. The Biomist 3030 is used in such a small amount. It's really targeted to teeny tiny little bodies. So if you get accidentally sprayed, it's not going to harm you. If you have a little mosquito body, you're pretty much dead meat. I mean, that's what it's designed to do. But we do ask people to stay inside.
Right.
If the truck sees you standing there, it will turn off its spray. If you're wearing all dark clothes and you're taking a walk at midnight, you could get sprayed. Right. So we're just asking people to be aware Sunday is the day. We will try to let communications know that yes, they will be out, but Sunday starting in June and then running through the end of September.
So again, the spray will really not hurt individuals. We don't want them out.
Right.
They should be inside. That's why they do it dusk to dawn.
Well, they do it specifically dusk to dawn so that they're targeting the mosquitoes that are active in the evening, and also to not too many people out. You don't want direct contact, but the Biomist is made with permethrin, which is the active ingredient that the CDC and the EPA say that you can use if you were using something on your own skin. So it's not going to harm animals, not fish, not aquatic life, not birds, not little, other animals, but they don't want to get direct contact.
And the city's not spraying it, but we help coordinate.
Yes, we are the liaison directly with the MDA. So if MDA needs to go off schedule, they'll notify me. If there is an outbreak of, say, West Nile or the equine virus, they'll notify us that we have to ramp it up. if I have an issue, or if a lot of residents say that this is just a horrible problem, I can call MDA and we can do some surveys. And so we coordinate, but it's MDA that does the larviciding, which is done with briquettes, and also the spraying.
Very good. And if people want to get updates, what can they do?
They can go to the city website. So the city website, Department of Public Works, we have our own little tab that says mosquito control. There is, you know, tips about keeping your community free of a breeding ground. There's also a link to the CDC to give updates on the Zika virus and what they're doing. There's also a link back to the MDA, and there's also a link if people want to be exempt from spraying, which means that the MDA puts a block on, you know, if you live, I live on Philip Powers, if I say I don't want to be sprayed, then my whole neighborhood will not be sprayed.
Right.
If people really don't want it, then they really need to work on their community effort to make sure that everybody is safe. But that form also needs to be sent to MDA directly, and we also tell MDA of construction sites, places that might be breeding grounds.
Good. Well, thank you, Michelle. We're going to talk a little bit about the Cities of Laurel's recycling program when we come back.
My daughter has a big game tonight. I'm so excited to watch her play.
I plan on cooking my wife her favorite dinner tonight, lasagna.
But I was late for a meeting.
But my child had an appointment.
But I was late for school.
Trash and recycling collection is the 5th most dangerous job in the country. 40% of injuries and fatalities are transportation related.
We're just trying to keep the community clean. If you see flashing lights, please slow down.
We all have things to do and places to be, but there's no excuse for speeding around stopped trash trucks. Help our trash collectors get home safely each night. Slow down to 10 miles per hour below the posted speed limit when passing the trucks, and leave at least 2 feet of room. Slow down to get around isn't just a law, it saves lives.
Welcome back to On the Go with Mayor Moe. The City of Laurel has a new recycling competition program to encourage you to do more. And here's how it works.
Visit any landfill in the world, and you'll find something that's been around much longer than you've been alive.
A glass bottle takes 1 million years to decompose.
According to the Glass Packaging Institute, glass can be recycled endlessly. It never loses its quality or purity.
You can say, I don't feel like waiting for my next recycling day, or oh, where does it go? And you put it in your trash, and if you go back hundreds of years later, you can find your bottle.
It is important to recycle to save the earth. That's what I think we all think to do that. I mean, Earth is the place we live in that has given us as a gift, so we have to take care of it.
The City of Laurel has come up with an incentive to maximize recycling and reduce the amount of recyclables that end up in landfills.
Now we also have the Recycle Challenge for neighborhoods to be conscious of what you're putting in your trash.
The Recycle Challenge will be a monthly contest to see which neighborhood in Laurel has the most recycling and least trash.
We're going to reward residents with a $10 off bulk pickup if their neighborhood wins for the previous months.
There's also an app that was started by Public Works called Recycle Coach that helps residents learn more about recycling events and how to recycle.
You can access it on your phone or on the website. You just plug in what you want to recycle, and it'll let you know if it's something that we accept in our recycling, or if it's something that you might need to call in for a bulk pickup. And it also lists drop-off locations.
You can find the data for the winners each month if you go to www.cityoflaurel.org. You click on the Government tab. Then you click on the Public Works tab. And then on the left-hand side of the screen, you'll click on Recycling Competition. That'll bring up the map of the neighborhoods to figure out which team you're on and the current winners each month. For Laurel TV, I'm Brittany Wetklow.
Thanks, Brittany. Michele Blair from the Department of Public Works is the city's recycling coordinator. How can the residents find out about the refuge and recycling days and special events that are going on here in the city?
They can go on to the city's website and use the city app, or they can download the Recycle Coach, and we send out notifications of any changes, also what the new competition will be for that month, and who the winner will be, is.
Okay. So she's talking about the My Laurel app or the Recycling Coach, and actually download them both because they're both very good and they give you good information. So again, what is the challenge for May?
The challenge for May is to ask residents to focus on reducing their refuse. So whatever neighborhood has the least amount of trash will be the winner for May.
Good, good. So again, people can call you if they have questions and go to the website. So again, thank you for being here, Michele. And if you want to suggest a topic for the program, email me at laurelmayor@laurel.md.us. I'm Mayor Craig Moe. Thank you all for watching and have a good evening.